If you're having a bad day, the first thing that I want to tell you is celebrate. You may think, why? Well, I know you may not feel like you can access your regular, or at least a decent state of well-being to function properly. You may find that the ghosts from the past are visiting you and you have negative emotions, and maybe you're having your regular negative behavior patterns. But the reason why I say celebrate is because if you're really into uncovering all this, you're really up for reaching to your natural state, your unbounded state of well-being, then today, if you don't feel so great, is the greatest opportunity, because you have the opportunity to access deeper emotions and patterns that you usually normally do in a good day where things just go fine. So bad days are great opportunities for development. So what's happening? First thing, you don't necessarily, many people on their path of reaching the permanent well-being may feel like you're doing something wrong. And you feel, oh, I feel bad, so as you start trying to pull out all your tricks from, I don't know, changing your behavior, meditating harder, concentrating, or doing any technique you have learned that have worked before, and surprise, is not working so well today. Well, there's a reason for that. And it's a great reason. It's your greatest teacher coming to you and showing you the next level. And to reach the next level, you need to release these old patterns. And the only way to release them is by actually resting non-reactively to them. But that may feel difficult sometimes. That's okay. Well, you probably can just pull out of all your old school first kindergarten meditation tricks. And that's actually a great idea most of the time. But as I don't know what technique you're practicing or what you're exactly doing or non-doing to unveil your permanent state of well-being, then I'm just going to simplify the whole thing in a process that it just will work for you every single time. The first one is to start from the basics. If you are living an intense negative emotion, the first thing to pay attention to is your body. Not go into abstract and profound philosophies, but feel your body. And your body will tell you a lot about what's going wrong. So just probably the best thing, I would say one of the best techniques are the ones that are related to body scanning in this level. So if you're imagining today, if you're not having a bad day, then I'm sorry. But if you are in one of these days, then just right now you can start there are different ways of doing this, but many of them actually sort of start in the higher part of your body, maybe in your head, maybe in the top of your head, maybe in your forehead. Just start from a higher part and then just start scanning little by little, centimeter by centimeter or inch by inch, depending on how you understand that. Just go through every single little bit of the experience of your body. Not necessarily trying to get rid of anything, but you are just reconnecting with the most basic awareness of you. When you are in a bad and negative emotion, that's actually your body. If you do that and you start scanning your body right now as I'm talking, maybe, just feel every part. You will notice how there are little bits that start just self-releasing, just because you are putting your attention, your love into your body. Your body is enjoying it, and suddenly you are able to disengage. Well, that alone, done with proper accuracy and determination will actually get you there. if you will be able to completely, fully relax every muscle, and I'm talking even to the deeper layers of your body, if you're able to relax every little inch of your body, you're already feeling pretty good, actually. You cannot have negative emotions with a very relaxed body. That's obviously the reason why people take drugs, get stoned, drink alcohol, just to find this release. But here's what, you don't need to do that. Actually, it's not a great strategy, but you can get skill and learn and do it better, to the point that you just won't have intense negative emotions ever again. I think this is a very, very valuable thing to mention. If your body is relaxed, even when you will have an outburst, you will be able to see it coming. You will be able to not attach yourself to it. You will be able to have the option to not react to it, to not engage, to not act on that negative emotion or that negative thought. And that's a long way to go already. It's a great success. If average human would do that, we will live in a different world. So first thing, check your body. But I'm saying it in a way that most people don't even understand you can do. I'm talking about going every little centimeter, every little part of your body. It may take you time. The quickest time will be around 10, 15 minutes. And some people do it for hours. Well, it's up to you to decide how deep you want to go into that. But you definitely, in any case, especially when you're having a bad day, you want to have a very relaxed body. And you may feel that the suffering, the negative emotion has softened a little bit already. And you may find that, okay, I still feel not so great, but the not so great is softer. And this is very, very powerful, because you will become dedicated enough to pursue that on a daily basis and really actually practice that surrendering, that cultivation of your attention here and now through every little part of your body. It takes something out of you to notice subtle parts of your body. There are parts of your body that you never really felt before. It takes some concentration, you will say, but if you practice that, you will see very quickly how that just works every single time. And you get skill at it. Like someone who's been practicing that for years. You will be able to completely neutralize what many people suffer with anxiety or insomnia. Well, you will be out of that group already, because you will be able to making it soften, to become a little loose. And suddenly you find that, it may not still be a day where you would say you feel great, but you're not feeling that bad. And many times you will be able to actually access the enjoyment of your day. So first thing, do that. And there is no end to that. And that alone could do the whole trick forever. It helped me so much. That alone is so fascinating to see. An exploration, a deep exploration of your own body with your attention, and letting go of all the tension on the way through. How good it's going to make in your life is fascinating just to explore it. But as you know, this is not the end of the game, because your mind and your emotions go a little bit deeper. Although you can release a lot of this restlessness and this uncomfortableness of the negative emotion, you will notice that it's still in the background some way. That's where you need to switch gears into a bit more of a subtle level. And that level is to actually, in the same way that you were noticing your body, you have to notice your mind. You have to notice every movement of what you think. The way thoughts appear and disappear. Where are your thoughts? Where did they come from? Where did they go to? Do they change intensity? It's a voice in your head. If it's a voice in your head, does it have a rhythmic sense to it? Which language, which tone is that voice using? I mean, you can really go on detail. In the same way that you've been through your body, if you do that with your mind, you will find a next level release. You will find an unusual state of detachment from your suffering. And your mind won't be able to get so engaged into negative patterns. It will still do in a deeper level. You may still feel some deep negative emotion, but you will just notice that you just don't think this negative stuff anymore, and negative thoughts start coming to you. And your presence becomes evident. Just with that, in Tibetan Buddhism, they call it taking the mind as the path. It's a beautiful way of saying it, and it's a very powerful. This is an integral part of probably all the paths to uncovering your true self, if you want to call it. You have to know this every little detail about your mind. You have to become very interested, very curious, and sort of like an expert on noticing your mind. Work on that. It may feel subtle, then work on your body, and then when you work on your body, at some point you will be able to do that. You will be able to consistently observe your mind for long periods of time. Eventually, even when you are also immersed in activity. In the beginning, definitely make your life easy and sit in a comfortable position. Don't move your body, and then it will feel a lot easier to observe your mind. And yet, we're not done. Even when you can observe your mind, you may still feel that there is a deep pool of existential, uncomfortable background. Even when your mind you're detached from the activity of your mind, you can still notice a basic contraction of your being. It's something that is not related to any specific circumstance in your life. It's all of it. It's the fact of having a body, living in time, thinking that you're going to be dying at some point. It is just a permeating anxiety sensation of being alive. It's a fear that goes so deep that it's unrelated to any circumstance, because it's related to the fact of feeling that you're in an avatar, that you're trapped in a body and a mind. And you can guess what I'm going to say now. In order to transcend that, you need to be constantly noticing this sense of being a person. The you. I call it me movie. Because it's suddenly when you're at that level, it's very obvious that things happen spontaneously without separate will. All our personal life is just a part of a bigger life we have. But the only way to recognize that is with the same scrutinous, careful, dedicated attention you were learning from your body, learning from your mind. Then you have to go to the root of the sense of being a person. And when you're able to release that knot, you're back home. You never left it, but you are recognizing again this unbounded, timeless, spaceless I'm going to call it awareness, but even calling it awareness is too much. Your essence, your life, you beyond labels and bodies and minds. And this is accessible every single time. So whenever a bad day comes, it is helping you to notice something that is on your way to uncover this deep, natural state of peace, enjoyment. So celebrate it, because that is the teaching. That is the teacher. That is the pointing out. The suffering you feel, the complexity, the problems, everything is actually pointing you towards love,